discussion.
All right, thank you very much, Jazz. You know, especially if you live here in the South, you might be familiar with pet names, nicknames, and a lot of people have used them for friends, family members.
What'd you say, honey?
In the South, sometimes you never know if you have a server, and maybe a gentleman might call her sweetie or darling, but is it always appropriate for everyone?
UAB psychologist Dr. Josh Klapow, Tony Kurre joining us now to talk about perhaps the pitfalls of some pet names. Gentlemen.
He's my brother. I don't call Josh.
Heavy?
I don't think I've ever called you. I have called you Josh, but
What's wrong with that?
It's been years. I don't call anybody by their name.
Okay.
I never have, and it's always
a term of endearment.
I call you baby because I love you and I know it doesn't bother you. Now, if I didn't know who you were, and I called you baby, you'd probably go, hey, dude. So you got to know your room. But I will say this: I went to rent a car at Enterprise the other day, and there was a wonderful woman. Her name was Trinity, and she called me Love. She goes, hey, Love, how can I do? And that made me like, I was like,
you loved it.
Where's the tip button? I was like, you know what? And that made me feel
It is
good.
weird but it is weird when you call me baby. But Dr. Klapow,
Not really.
should you be guarded?
Or maybe.
If it's so, it's hard to. By the way, it's hard to. It's a hard habit to break. A song. But I mean, if you are used to that, you know, should you be mindful of that though?
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to be. I mean, we were talking about. I was born and raised in Los Angeles. When I first came here, and people were calling me sweetie, honey, baby.
Yeah.
It was very endearing. But I don't call women sweetie, honey, baby for sure. And I think one of the things I was saying to him, my daughter's now 22. When her friends were little, 6, 7, 8, I called them sweetie or whatever. And now my daughter's like, you know, I don't care that you've known them your whole life. You don't really call my friends sweetie.
So is it different for men than women?
Very different.
Yeah.
I absolutely think it's very different. I mean, think about it. If I didn't know you and I called you sweetie, how would you feel? If I didn't know you?
See, it just depends. It depends on how it's delivered, what the situation is. I use terms of endearment all the time, so I'm guilty of
I do
it.
too.
But you can.
I think her point though is if it sounds like it's condescending.
If it's a gentleman and
Yeah.
he is that's just the way he is.
If it's followed by a whistle,
that does
it's
not
probably
bother
not a good
me.
thing.
That's definitely not.
I mean, that's just probably not a good thing.
But if it's a negative, all right, sweetie, like you've done something
Absolutely.
wrong, totally different.
Well, but there's two pieces. There's absolutely a connotation, but there's also let's just call it regional differences. And I also think that we are in different times now. So even that, you know, we talk about like he's a toucher, I'm a toucher, and we do this. It's not universally okay to do that anymore.
It's even hard to say yes sir or yes ma'am now when you go through the drive-through because, quite frankly, I've said yes sir and it was a woman.
Well,
and I'm like
non-binary.
and I'm trying to be because I'm so used to saying, hey brother, or what's up there, Slim, or you doing okay there, big guy, and because we meet a lot of people, and so I'm great with faces, but not so much with names. And so yeah, that's just my way of making that connection. But rarely have I had people that really do not like it, but it is always a woman. A dude will never go, dude, I don't appreciate you calling me brother, you know, because all men are my brothers.
Yeah, I say brother, sister.
Or sister, yeah, absolutely.
Sweet pea.
All right. Well,
Honey, darling.
Next Thursday, we're going to dive into should
Baby
you
cakes.
open a door for somebody and leave it open.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
I think that's
I was raised a gentleman. All right,
Yes.
Jake.